Tonight on Piha Rescue, flash rips cause mass rescues in Raglan.
That was actually really scary.
A man clings desperately to a flimsy board. And a kite surfer is lost at sunset.
Saw him out there, he lost his board, struggled to make it back, like on the last breath of wind.
It's picture perfect at Raglan. Kite surfers soundlessly soar through the air while far below, carefree beachgoers relax in the mid-morning heat. But with the cool of the water comes a more chilling atmosphere. It's 10 a.m. A deadly current, expected by the guards, has arrived. And Piha Club Captain Tony is on hand to assist.
Flags for Banquet 1.
Piha United Guards Chode, together with clubmates Leith and Pigeon, have also been called down to Raglan.
Either side can get a pedal board out, please.
Patrol Captain Debbie orders her troops into action. The glassy, flat ocean appears safe to the untrained eye. And the illusion is luring swimmers into a false sense of security as they swim further and further out. In the IRB, Travis and Chode spot their first victim, a young girl struggling on a boogie board out of her depth. While this girl gladly accepts the rescue and some advice, others ignore the lifeguards altogether.
You going in? You gotta go in there, not over, in.
A flash rip has arrived.
Is the rip quite strong?
Yeah.
And dozens are being dragged out to sea. The flags need to be moved now.
Okay, all lifeguards, we're about to do a hop and a half to the northern side, please. A hop and a half.
No one can remember the last time the flags have travelled so far in a single move. But it's not just the flags. Hundreds of people in the water urgently need to be shifted north. The flags are now almost 500 metres north, and everyone is herded up the beach. Calm finally returns to Raglan.
What we've had is just had a flash rip here on our southern flag, which has caught a whole lot of people out. So the guys have just had to tube about 5 or 6 people in, and the rest of the people in the flags were getting sucked out into the same hole. So we just pulled everyone in and moved them along into the next safest place on the beach.
After the big move, new holes are dug and children return to play in little pools. Definitely the most safe place on the beach today. Late afternoon, and the surf has increased significantly. After a relatively quiet afternoon, now at the northern side of the flags, a powerful flash rip has developed. Swimmers are being sucked out of the flagged area and hands are up. Elliot and Sam race to the IRB.
Bo's on the way. And we've got some other guards coming down now.
Okay. Oh, no way. People are waving their arms.
Tower guards do their best to keep the struggling swimmers in their sights. But just as Elliot and Sam reach the IRB, the tower guards lose their visual.
Can't see.
On the northern flag.
Low tide makes an IRB launch more difficult, taking up precious seconds. The sea is a whitewash mess and the guards can't spot the people in trouble. Elliot suddenly sees a head popping up. A perfect pickup, but her swimming buddy is still out there. Both girls have taken in a lot of water. And they know this was a close call. For both of them, this was a terrifying ordeal.
That was actually really scary. I just don't want to put off like something.
Are you guys okay?
I couldn't breathe. Yeah, it's like really hard.
All good. Feel like you're gonna vomit?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take cover for this. What's your name? How old are you?
I'm really terrible.
Tell me how strong the currents and
That pulled you. Give me what pulled you under.
yeah, how did it feel?
I'm scared.
This morning, the rip was on the southern end of the beach. But as the afternoon wears on, it's now the other way round, and the flags are moved back from whence they came.
At the moment, we've got a strong northerly drift. A lot of the swimmers are staying close and they're staying on their feet, but as soon as they dive under a wave and then come back up and their feet aren't touching the ground, then we have them drifting north.
Fortunately, our sick rescuee is spared the indignity of vomiting on the beach. 6 p.m. and Debbie is winding down patrol.
Can you please cross the flags? Thank you.
Cross the flags. Which indicates to the public that we're about to go off patrol.
But despite the warning, hardly anybody leaves the water.
Hey guys, just letting you know that the lifeguards are about to close off for the day. So we'd probably definitely recommend that you headed out of the water at this point.
The lifeguard's advice falls on deaf ears.
Hopefully, we can all back up and go after hours tonight.
However, on a hot day like today, people are only just arriving at the beach, even though it's after 6 p.m. And many believe that right opposite the patrol tower is a safe place to swim.
Hopefully we're just getting to the turning of the tide coming in. Usually there's nothing happening, but every now and then there's a couple of rips that open up.
And in under a minute,
And I can just see a group starting to get swept now.
Debbie's prediction becomes reality.
Get a boat. Who are you? What do you got on? Probably PA them more than anything else. Lisa?
And it's local lifeguard Lisa that has to put her after-work drink on hold.
Go! Straight out in front. Advise those guys there that just walked into that rip. Left the booger border.
But at the waterfront, Lisa can't see a thing with the sun so low. Sharpie has come down to assist from a higher vantage point.
Yeah, if you guys want to dump that IRB out, you can just move everyone up.
Lisa! Lisa!
Suddenly, cameraman Lacey spots two people beyond the breakers being dragged out to sea. As an IRB is launched, Lisa and Lacey swim and run towards the group in trouble.
You can see a whole lot of sand just ripping up now. And like I said, it's an incoming tide, but we've just got these notorious rips that keep turning up on the incoming tide also. Girls, there's two getting sucked out the back there now. Can you guys move?
One of the club's strongest swimmers, Lisa, makes it out in no time.
Yeah, there it goes.
A member of the public has swum out to assist the girls in trouble.
You want a hand, bro? Just put your hand up.
While Lisa secures her patient, the man keeps an eye on the other girl.
For ready. Can you take him? Go.
A breaking wave thwarts the first IRB pickup attempt.
They've just had a group swept out.
And by the time they turn, the rip has carried the group 50 meters further south, and a hand goes up. And again, the extraordinarily strong current prevents a second attempt.
Rhino, can you guys just tube it out, help them bring everyone in?
But on their third attempt, success. Finally, both girls are dragged in the IRB. Our courageous and experienced local swimmer makes his own way back.
There's a whole lot of people there. Can you start, whoever that lifeguard that you got with you, can you start getting them to PA everyone down the beach, down to where the flagged area was today?
Our hero has had a tough workout.
How did you feel about that, bro? Was it a bit scary?
Oh, first mate, we were just like touching the sand. Next minute there was no sand, and then we just felt getting pulled out, and then I reached sand, and those two girls had just started to drifting, and I asked them if they were right. They said no. So I told my mates to go and get some help, and I just drifted up there to make sure they stayed afloat.
Pretty freaky?
Yeah, mate. Especially when you got like two girls out there trying to grab you and stuff, eh? Well, I don't know how you thought.
As swimmers move further north, the rescued girls have a slightly more light-hearted take on events.
I can't swim. I can't swim. I couldn't swim now. No, I can't. Losing my bottoms, getting tired.
Definitely, if we hadn't been here, it would have been a very scary trip because they actually got washed out quite fast and quite far at that particular time.
You're swimming, and you're not moving anywhere. You're like here, and then it just pulls you a bit out quickly.
So yeah, no, awesome work. Good one. Lise, running down doing your tubing.
Get some fun.
Finally, guards can head up to the clubhouse to start cleaning the gear. And grab that much-needed and well-deserved drink. But it doesn't take long before the off-duty guards spot a guy way out, clinging to a tiny inflatable board. And again, it's Sharpie and Lisa putting their drinks on hold. The guy is floating helplessly, stuck in a powerful rip. And once more, champion swimmer Lisa is the first to hit the water. And after 25 preventative actions and 6 rescues, lifeguards were hoping for a quiet after-work drink. But beachgoers have other ideas. Lisa swims out, while the backup boys launch the IRB. Kept afloat by his flimsy toy, the man in trouble is first met by Lisa, who secures him with her more reliable rescue tube. He ditches his flotation device, which, useless against a powerful rip, may have just helped him to stay afloat long enough for the guards to reach him. The man is actually not far out at all, but just on the break line, the ocean floor drops off more than a meter.
What happened? I just was over there and just drifted across with it. And I couldn't see the waves go.
While the man is brought back to shore, Scampy checks on other swimmers.
When your colleague turned up, I thought, well, you know what you're doing, maybe it might be risky, you know?
After a ride in the IRB, the guy is fine to head back to the beach by himself, while an exhausted Lisa drags herself through the surf.
She turned up and I thought, well, she knows more than I do. Yeah. So it makes sense.
But it's not a bit good if you details off yourself statistics.
Even in the midst of the action, there are people still in the water.
Guys, stay in shallows. It's a main nasty rip current out here.
Go ahead, hun.
Hey dude, just wondering if we should leave a couple of danger signs out straight in front of the tower and we'll come and pick them up before we go to bed tonight.
Yeah, that's cool. Put about 4 of them out, whatever.
Sweet, I'll get the boys onto it. Probably swap boats over and get the other one ready to respond, and we'll also chuck some signs out now and then we'll all head up over. Quite often when people come after hours, they just think they just head straight out. So we'll leave them out and then we'll probably come pack them up tonight before it goes dark. Before we go to bed, and hopefully that might mean, third time lucky, we might be able to have some dinner.
Lisa is completely spent.
You need to go up and get some food. Yeah. We'll go get the towel.
After a big day and 2 after-hours rescues, it's time for the guards to relax and unwind. But their RTs are never far away. Down on the beach, Scampy plants danger signs in the sand. And beachgoers enjoy the late afternoon sun. But there's no relaxing going on in the clubhouse. Lifeguard Ashley receives a call from the police. A kite surfer is in survival mode somewhere on the Raglan Bar. As always, there is an enormous area to search for the missing man. Chase and Isaac take out the IRB yet again. Normally, kite surfers launch their kites at the northern end of the beach, 2 kilometers from the patrol tower. With the wind completely dead, there are no kites in the air. Luckily, an informant sheds light on the missing kite surfer's last location.
Not sure if it was quite caught of the waves and like he's trying to
I see something in there. He wouldn't be on the beach. You saw him out in the water.
fucking out there, bro.
Have a talk to this guy, Chase. We'll get the boat out of you. He's on the bar.
Just saw him out there. Yeah. He lost his board and struggled to make it back, like on the last breath of wind.
Yeah, copy. 500 metres offshore on the north side. Sweet. Green kite.
With no visual on the kite surfer and only a 15-minute window before sunset, the race is on.
Are you with the guy?
Nah, just saw him over there. Saw him.
Yeah. That's really hard to see from like when you're out and amongst the bar because there's so much chop, so much water picking up. You end up in big dips and things like that.
I wonder if he dropped his kite.
Yeah, I saw that when I was driving out here. So.
A possible sighting is just a piece of floating debris. And then, with only a few minutes of sun left, guards see the struggling man floating on his kite.
Do you have any lines in the water?
Given the all clear to safely approach, guards maneuver in for the pickup. But they'll need to release him from his tangle of lines before they can go anywhere.
You go ahead.
Yeah, we'll pick up the kite surfer. I'm just looking at something that looks like a board and then we'll head him back to the beach. We'll be there in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, righty.
After a successful rescue and some tricky untangling, the IRB heads back in.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
The tourist from the Czech Republic knows all too well the danger he was in.
These 2 guys kite surf as well here. So they saw me how I had the problem, and after they probably called the help. I don't know. I'm now here, so I have to ask them, and I have to say thank you because, yeah, it was very dangerous. Okay. All right. Thank you, and see ya.
If it hadn't been for the informant who spotted him in trouble, things would have turned out very differently. And this was finally the last rescue of the day, just as the sun dropped down below the horizon. Next time on Piha Rescue, an upturned kayak without a passenger. Rookie surfers in an enormous swell cause mayhem for lifeguards.
Get off board! Off the board! Get board! Off the board!
The IRB is dwarfed by treacherous waves over 2 stories high, and an elderly walking party takes a wrong turn.
You guys got a rhino, a stretcher, oxygen, etc. Over.